Super Bowl 54 is this Sunday. That's right, the Kansas City Chiefs make their first Super Bowl in 50 years, taking their high-powered offense to South Beach in Miami to take on the San Francisco 49ers and the best defense in the NFL. But how did we get here? It's been 2 weeks since we've seen football, and you may have forgotten the road that each team took to get to the big game. The 49ers finished the season at 13-3, earning home field advantage for the entire playoffs by securing the number 1 seed in the NFC and the second best record in the NFL. Meanwhile, the Chiefs finished the season at 12-4, earning a 2 seed in the AFC, only behind the 14-2 Baltimore Ravens and the NFL's presumed MVP in Lamar Jackson. Either way, both teams, Chiefs and 49ers records, earned them a first-round bye. So we look forward to the divisional round, where the 49ers hosted the Minnesota Vikings. The game was tight in the first half, but the Niners defense shut out the Vikings in the second half, leading to 13 unanswered points and a 27-10 victory over the Vikings. Meanwhile, in Kansas City, the Chiefs were struggling with the Texans at home, down 21-0 at the end of the first quarter, thanks to Deshaun Watson's 388 passing yards and DeAndre Hopkins' 118 receiving yards in this game. The Texans thought that they were on their way to handing the Chiefs toward a quick playoff exit. But Patrick Mahomes wasn't having that.
One play at a time, do something special.
The Chiefs went crazy for the next 3 quarters, scoring 28 in the second, 13 in the third, and 10 in the fourth, pulling the Chiefs to score 51 points in 3 quarters, led by Patrick Mahomes throwing for 321 yards and 5 touchdowns in 3 quarters, sending the Texans home stunned. In the NFC Championship, the Niners saw more of the same. A Packers team that was simply not as good as the Niners, who dominate on defense and offense. San Francisco bullied its way on the ground, rushing for 285 yards compared to the Packers' laughable 62. Raheem Mostert had 29 carries for 220 yards and 4 touchdowns. The Niners controlled the running game to the point that Jimmy Garoppolo only threw 8 passes in the entire game for 77 yards and no touchdowns. The 49ers easily beat the Packers 37-20, punching their plane ticket to Miami for Super Bowl 54. In the AFC Championship, the Chiefs were entering a scary matchup with the hottest team in the playoffs, the Tennessee Titans. Behind the league's leading rusher, Derrick Henry, who ran for 182 yards on wildcard weekend against the Patriots, and 195 yards against the number 1 seed Baltimore Ravens in the divisional round to accomplish 2 of the biggest upsets in NFL playoffs history. With the Ravens out, the Chiefs suddenly took over home field advantage in the AFC Championship. They game planned heavily against the run and held Derrick Henry to just 69 yards on the ground, while Mahomes threw for 294 yards and 3 touchdowns to his hot receivers like Sammy Watkins, putting up 114 yards and a touchdown. The Chiefs convincingly advanced to their first Super Bowl in 50 years.
Out of this world. Touchdown, Kansas City.
So there we have it. The 49ers breezed their way through the NFC playoffs, while the Chiefs had a much tougher road. But this Sunday, they face off for it all. The league's unstoppable offense against the league's most high-powered defense. Who are you taking?